Why is Novak Djokovic unequivocally the greatest tennis player of all time? Well, he has the most Grand Slams ever and a winning record against the two other greatest tennis players, Federer and Nadal. The more important question is how he did it. The key to his success is mental discipline. In his words, tennis is a mental game. Everyone can hit great forehands and backhands, but not everyone can handle the pressure. In tennis, players are surrounded by thousands of fans, yet at the same time, they are completely isolated in a battle against their opponents. Tennis requires mental fortitude because even the best players, like Novak Djokovic, only win 54% of the total points they play. That means even the greatest tennis players lose almost half the points they play. As a result, they constantly have to let go of the past to devote their full energy and potential to the current point. In other words, Novak is practicing one of the key tenets of Stoicism, accepting that you cannot always control the situation, but you can control how you react. Novak's path to superstardom is a quintessential model of what it means to be a Stoic. He grew up in Serbia during the bombings of Belgrade, but despite the challenging circumstances, he continued to train and ascend the tennis rankings. His story underscores Stoicism's belief that overcoming destructive emotions and acting logically in the face of adversity is critical. When war threatened Novak's safety, he lifted himself up through tennis and started a charity in Serbia to educate children. The same mental resilience he demonstrated during the war is the same one that helped him overcome the highest pressure moments on the tennis court, like when he was down 2 match points to Roger Federer in the 2019 Wimbledon finals and came back to win it. He could not control the war in Serbia or Federer aced him on match point, but he could control how he reacted. And as a result, he responded logically, not emotionally, like the great Stoics preached. Stoicism outlines 4 central values: wisdom, temperance, courage, and justice. These values help guide individuals to live lives with purpose and integrity. Today, I will focus on the 2 values most prevalent in Novak's career and the key to transforming your own life: wisdom and temperance. While mental resilience is rooted in unrelenting grit and determination, the knowledge that you can only lose when you give up is equally important. For example, in the 2019 ATP Finals, Novak was playing Daniil Medvedev. During one of the changeovers, Novak's body was visibly trembling due to fatigue, and everyone expected him to retire. Instead of succumbing to his physical pain, Novak fought hard and ultimately won the match in 3 sets. In tennis, like life, we often lose track of the bigger picture. Likely, your opponent is worrying much more than you and praying you give up. That wisdom is essential. Seeing the bigger picture during tough times seems impossible. However, Novak's actions and Stoicism's message are consistent. There is unavoidable pain and suffering in life. We cannot control it. Stoicism teaches us that instead we should focus on responding virtuously and calmly. For good reason, Novak is considered to be the most clutch player ever. He accepts that on most days he will not play his best tennis, and there will constantly be momentum shifts throughout every match. As a result, when the crowd is against him, his opponent is playing amazing, and he is playing poor, he has a mental composure to hang in the match like he did against Medvedev. Alongside wisdom, temperance, the moderation of certain pleasures for long-term success, is critical to Novak's success. In tennis, it is easy to get on ups and downs. Each point presents an opportunity for the victor to extend their lead or give enough hope to the one losing to stay in the match. To compete at the highest level of tennis, decision-making is often the difference between winning or losing. If you lose track of your emotions, your decision-making will suffer and you will give away free points. Past points often distract players as they dwell over missed opportunities. However, the greats like Novak forget the past and focus on the current moment. Ultimately, your opponent can win more points, but you can still win if you win the big points. By focusing on moderation, Novak fosters a long-term mindset, which enables him to maintain emotional clarity and mental stability throughout every match. This combination is a foundation for his longevity. For most players, burnout is inevitable. However, Novak still dominates tennis at age 37 due to his wisdom and temperance. Stoicism works for everyone, not just the celebrities. Last year, I was playing a high school doubles match when I tore my shoulders in the warm-ups. I thought the match was over because the only shot I could hit without pain was backhand lobs. I felt frustration and anger creeping in, wondering why this had to happen before such an important match. However, as the match progressed, my opponent's confusion became evident. They never played a team where one person was running around forehands to hit backhand lobs while their partner was dominating at the net. Their frustration blinded their judgment, and they failed to realize I had no options. However, considering my serves were 20 miles an hour, and I was taking medicine during the changeovers, they expected to win easily. The combination of our particular playstyle with their overconfidence actually gave us the advantage, and we won the match in straight sets because of that. That wisdom presented itself in a situation where I had to focus on overcoming my bad fate. In Stoicism, true wisdom comes from accepting your limitations and using logic to find a path forward. It enabled me to stay rational and focus on my energy on what I could control. Discerning what you can control is instrumental to your success, no matter the endeavor. I learned it through a high school tennis match, but as Stoicism recognizes, it's everywhere. Okay, but most people will not become pro tennis players. So why does Stoicism matter? The answer is, like tennis, there are many highs and lows in life. It does not only apply to major life decisions like college or career, but to everyday life, whether it is dealing with a rude customer or cleaning up after a coffee spill. Stoicism emphasizes letting go of stress you have no control over. Once you submit your college or job application, your fate is in someone else's hands, which is a part of living in nature in the eyes of Stoicism. Ultimately, it is about how you respond. Stoicism view obstacles as an opportunity to grow and respond diligently to adversity. Through the Stoic mindset, people develop the recognition that bad things will happen, and when they do, they have the peace of mind to respond logically. Imagine you lose an important opportunity, like being rejected from your dream college or job. You feel like a door is being slammed in your face. However, a Stoic might ask, what can I learn from this? Or perhaps it is an opportunity to grow. This mindset transforms your challenges into stepping stones. Stoicism does not advocate that you suppress your emotions. Instead, it encourages us to recognize those feelings so they do not negatively influence our decision making. Like Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoics ever, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Whether you are accepting the early morning traffic or your broken arm, it is a perfect time to start embracing what you have control over and letting go of the rest. After all, Aurelius wrote those words while controlling a vast empire's military, politics, and religious matters, so we too can handle all duties with wisdom and temperance. In tennis, as in life, the outcome is never truly in our control. But Stoicism reminds us that we have the power to make our own decisions, and the real battle is acting with resilience, focus, and the wisdom to let go of what we cannot control. No matter your situation, you can adopt the Stoic mindset and make a change. I want you to take a moment and think about one thing you can and cannot control. If Marcus Aurelius was here today, I think he would tell you to let go of the latter and focus on what you can control. Ultimately, it is the ancient advice of knowing what you can and cannot control that will help you and I go beyond our limitations. Thank you.